boss. Rubber duckies. That really stands out. Milky. Wow. For the camera. Unfortunate. Oh, 32. Hi, Madam C, and welcome to a random service station on the M4. It is morning, not night. It's about 6. It's just coming up to 6 AM. I'm in my Nissan, which is somewhere over there amongst some 370Zs, and we are heading with Fuji JDM to the Castle Combe Action Day once again. So we've got my 350Z Roadster, we've got a 370Z Roadster, who is crazy. He's got the roof down. He's got a custom front end and rear spoiler. We'll have a little look at them a bit more later. And then we've got the neons on the Mad Subaru. So I am waiting for the rest of the Fuji JDM lots to come rolling in. They're going to hand me my pass to get in, so hopefully they're still coming. And then we can enjoy the rest of the day at Castle Combe. So we have a few more arrivals, and here we have my ticket to get in. We're going to head in convoy to Castle Combe. I think we've got one more meeting point, and then we will roll in as a group. Oh, it's cold. There was a flame. Popping flames, we've got the 370Zs making Chewbacca noises, and we've got some electrical van who's joined the party as well. It's good fun. I think we're meeting like 2 or 3 more cars, then we're going to roll into Castle Combe. We're only about 15 minutes away. So we're now at a Sainsbury's. We've got another Z that has joined the party, a 350Z joining me and the 370s. We've got a few other cars that are also waiting to join their mates. We've got a PS13 over there next to the EP3. But yes, round 2, and then heading into Castle Combe. Windows down so we can hear the sounds. Just rolling into Castle Combe now. I've got my tickets and pass to get in, which I should probably hang from the thing. So we are all parked up on our club stand. We are towards, I don't know, the centre of Castle Combe, which is pretty good. I'm getting a bit hungry. I did not have breakfast this morning because I left at about 6 AM, but I have got my Y food and they have sponsored this video for me. So this one is the happy banana flavour that I'm trying today. And this is a substitute for a whole meal. So this will be my breakfast. It will keep me filled for 3 to 5 hours. You can have these for lunch or dinner, but I often have them for breakfast when I'm running late for a car show or if I'm waking up really early like this morning. So it's ideal for when you're on the go like me, at a car show especially. They taste really nice like a milkshake, but unlike milkshake, they don't actually require refrigeration, which is very handy. They have a shelf life of 6 months, so you can just keep them in the car, which is what I do with this. Banana is my new favourite. Banana and coffee are my favourite flavours of Y food, and you can get your taster pack so you can try a range of different flavours using the link below, and Adam10 gets you 10% off your order. So as mentioned, our stand is right in the centre of the Castle Combe grounds. We've got the pit lane over there, and the majority of the people are around here, so that's a great place to park for the Fuji JDM stand. So I am next to the MX-5. We've got a lot of the Zs at the front there and the Mad Subaru. There's a lot of cars to look at, including quite a few I haven't seen before, which is always great. Let's have a look at their stand. So we start off with this low Ford Focus, white on white wheels with some white headlight covers and some black window tints. Very, very dark window tints. Audis are still doing some revolutions, and here is a Mark V Supra in yellow. Now, if I was to get a Supra, yellow would be the colour of choice for me. I would love a yellow car at one stage, so maybe a future car on the channel. This one has gone for some red pinstripings to contrast with the yellow. Next door is a C63S, and at the centre of their stand is this Mazda RX-7, which is looking incredible, with a Mark IV Supra behind it. I am not familiar with those wheels. I've never seen them before, or at least noticed them before. He's got the large cannon on the rear. It is a manual as well. And he is neighbouring a mental Skoda with gold wheels, a large spoiler on the back, and some holes in the back that aren't actually holes. But above the Mercedes wheels, a sticker reveals that it's still not finished. However, I like that. Despite it being completely out of line with the hole in the bonnet, I like it. And this Fiesta appears to have some Focus RS exhaust pipes. You could call them a couple of beefy boys. Whoa! That was a Corsa with a screamer pipe? And we now emerge at this, which is the show and shine section, which is always a good one to look at. We've got this 5-litre Mustang with the fiery hellish horse. We've got an American flag on the rocker cover. We've got some Roush performance parts as well. Here comes the car with a screamer pipe. What was it? It was a Corsa. That sounded cool. Well, we've also got a yellow S14. Oh, the Mustang has the Joker under the boot as well. Next along is this E28 with his driving gloves on display with the wooden steering wheel. And then we have another Mazda RX-7 with a very clean engine bay and even a little booklets to read through about the build. Here comes the Corsa again. Next along we have an R32 GTR. We've got a very clean Nissan 350Z and this Civic, which looks really nice. I really like this generation of the Civic. I'm a fan of the CRX as well. He's also got a bit of a sticker showcase going on. I hate you. Premium grade racer. Late night. Well, let's go out and cause some trouble. Now, next along is a couple of R32 Skylines. We've got one in a very vibrant shade of yellow, and then we've got the dark red wide body one with the carbon fibre bonnet. Next along, we have a Mini whose whole front end has fallen off. That is a proper way to show off his engine. Next along, we have an alternative solution. Here is a brown Audi TT who is also showing off his very clean engine bay. Obviously, the Mini's is equally as clean. We've got a little gecko on the top of the rocker cover. Further along, we have a remarkably clean Audi Coupe GT. He has the original faded out Audi badge on the side. You don't see a lot of these, especially in this condition. Next door, we have a blue Polo on rose gold BBSs, sat really low, and then an Astra on the floor, and the wide body E46 that we have filmed at a few events recently, and a red R33 GTR. Before we venture on further down this line, we're going to head over to this section, which is just by where my zone is parked. We've got this Civic with the bluey kind of chameleon headlights, but next door to him is a Lotus Esprit. This is the twin-turbo V8 Lotus Esprit. This is not a car that I expected to see at a show like this. I'm proud to say that it is here. This is back when cars had OZ split rims as standard. My TVR actually had OZ wheels. I don't know if these are the originals for the car, but often they did come with the OZ wheel on these British classics from the 80s and 90s. No, I really like that. That's my favourite so far here. Then we've got the Fiesta ST and a very sparkly green Sora. It's got a range of colours. I can see reds, greens and blues in the green paintwork. It's got the gold wheels as well. And here is one unique way to show your turbo conversion. He has swapped his twins for a large single. So this Sora apparently is running about 600 horsepower and is a factory manual car as well. Now we come back to this section over here, which has a Vauxhall Vectra. Now we continue further along to the Golf GTD, the Fiesta, the E46 on the floor, the other Fiesta, and this that you'll recognise from my previous video here. Here is the infamous Toyota Celica with the 9 exhausts plus the actual true exhaust under there. So it's kind of got 10 exhausts, but it's actually only got 1. But there it is, once again, the 10 exhaust Celica. And looking at it for another time, I've noticed even more elements to point out. So we've got some more Sainsbury's vents on the side of the car, and we also have an ST badge and an M-Power badge on the rear. This car was built for a charitable rally. It's not to be taken seriously, it's just for a laugh, which is exactly what I want to see at these events. Next door to a R34 Skyline, he has painted his bonnet in matte black, which looks quite nice actually. I like that. Next door to him is a Mark 1 Escort, and beyond the Escort is another R34 making a bit of a sandwich. And then we have a GT86 V6 and a revving Range Rover in the background. We've also got the Toyota Mr. 2 with the Lotus V6 apparently. So there is a bit of a Ford club here. We've got the Red Edition Focus RS, we've got Escort RSs, we've got some Mark II Focus RSs, a few more Focuses, there's a Safi Cosworth, and up here we have a Ford Sport KA. It's basically a 350Z hardtop, next door to a Imperial Blue Mark I Ford Focus RS. These are the same colour as my Cobra, and then we've got the Escort RS Turbo here as well. There is another Mark I RS, another Mark II RS, and a Cortina. But that isn't the only Ford section. We've got Mustangs over there and some more Focuses over here. I mean, who should we visit first? I think we'll visit the Focuses just to prolong my life expectancy until we get to the Mustang zone, which has an S15 which has gate crashed the party. But here we have the Focus section with the Cookie Fiesta in the middle. So Focuses and then Cookie. Now, we're going to head to the Mustang section, so I wish I'd brought a helmet with me just to protect myself from all of these stangs. There's so many jokes to be made. Look how purple this one is. Even the SVT wheels has some purple details to match the paintwork. The Mustang Bullet was doing a sounds check, so he's going to go out on track, so we're going to watch out for that one. We've got the... Wow, I've seen what they've done here. It feels like I'm in a beauty shop or TK Maxx when they arrange all the products in colour order. So we start with purple to maroon to red to orange to yellow, and then we have green through to grey through to black over here. I like how they've done that. That's taken a lot of organisation. You can see all the different visual specifications of the Mustang, including this purple one. So we've got a purple Mustang badge as well. We've got the nostrils in the bonnet, which are shared by this example. Then we have another maroon example with some horse that is on fire on the bonnet. Doesn't sound very practical. And then we've got a large nostril-y bonnet. We've got two more red Mustangs. This one has the Mustang flag on the back. Next door to another convertible with some Matchbox examples of himself on the dashboard. That's exactly what I do. We've got another orange one with stripes and some orange horses on the stripes, and then two bumblebees next door to that. So at the front of the Mustang lineup, as I mentioned earlier, the colour theme continues. So we start off with a bright, almost baby blue, then we go to the kind of slightly darker blues, including this one with the stripes and the red pinstripes on it. Then we go to a dark blue, through to the bright green with the black stripes. Then we've got the bullet green colour, including the two actual Bullet Mustangs and then the earlier shape Bullet Mustang. Then we've got the grey ones and black at the rear. We've got an EcoBoost Mustang doing a sound check. I think he will pass it easier than the Bullet one will. Here are all the grey ones. We've got the supercharged Mustang with the large muscular bonnets matching the red one over there. Then the Rally for Heroes one here. We've got the convertible black one, the hardtop black one, and finally this convertible black Mustang with some kind of electronic lightning bolts in purple, including the skeleton on the horse and purple seatbelt condoms as well. The lightning theme continues, and there we have the V6 badge on the back. What? I will actually hold my hand up here and say that I did not know that they did a Cyclone V6 version of the 6th generation Mustang, but here one is in left-hand drive. Maybe we don't get them in this country, maybe that's why, but here is a V6 6th generation Mustang convertible. We've got another muscular convertible GT500 on his way to the track, which is actually that way. So now that we have survived the Mustangs, we're going to head back to the trade stand, buy the Focuses and Cookie the Fiesta to see what else is on display, because there's always something nice with the trade stand to try and lure us into buying some products like those model cars. So there are actually even more Fords on display, including a Ford Focus ST170. And then opposite these we have the Rocket Bunny 350Z with the Arizona Iced Tea branding on the rear next to a Datsun. And next along we have this R33. I'm not sure which direction it's going with the wrap, but I only like it. This is Noah, the R33 with the directional wrap, even some more arrows on the front intercooler as well. And even the dashboard matches the theme. Oh look, some rubber rubber duckies on the rear. Seems this car woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Why does he look so angry? Check out the central wiper blade on the windscreen and the white wheels with the imperial blue paint job. Bit of a wide body kit as well. I quite like that. So now heading out of the trade section, we start off with an R34 GTT next to a Corsa with white wheels. There are a lot of white wheels on display today. Then we have the chameleon coloured Mark II ST next to the Ford Popular that we've seen recently. We've got the police showing an interest in the modified Subarus, as well as a liveried Castrol Ford Focus ST. And here's alongside a set and this four-door R34 with a large spoiler on the back. Here he is in the individual display section next door to a turquoise Mark IV Supra. That really stands out with the carbon canards on the front and no spoiler on the rear. Oh, I like a spoilerless Supra. I even like the smooth, badgeless rear end of any car, especially a Supra. That looks really nice. Now that is quite a nice pair. How about that? R34 four-door Supra Mark IV. And coming up is Milky, the Ford Sierra Estate. There goes Milky from his track session. No interior and a little bunny on the back. Who's displaying their engine today? Oh, look. And then we have a Toyota Celica blue with some red details, and matching those red details is this 720S, also with some red pinstriping down it. But how's that for variety? 720S next to Celica. Now as we head further down, it's getting a little bit quieter here, but there is a white Chaser, and everyone loves the white Chaser, so why is no one here? That's a pretty little building. Anyway, yes, we start with the twin-turbo Chaser from the early 90s, I think. That is a combination of two white Toyota Chasers, and then we have E46 M3, but there we go. Three white cars, two of them are Chasers. How's that? So whilst it's always good to see a JZX 100, it's also nice to see an early example of the white Chaser with his zero-spoke wheels. Because everyone loves a white Chaser! And here is the high-vis Corsa with the screamer pipe that we heard earlier. Can someone tell me why McLarens are becoming a popular choice at these modified shows? So just in front of this Civic with the Brave front wheels and the Celica with the base headlight stickers on the side, we have the 570S on display. But no, that certainly stands out amongst the other cars on display that you'd more likely see, including this 1.9 Peugeot 205 GTI, which we have seen recently as well. Check out the E65 series with the E60 number plate. And check out this Astra over here. This is another car you don't really see, especially on the public roads. Bit of a future investment here. Then we have this Mark II Escort with tinted rear lights, carbon spoiler and bumper, a very clean interior and equally as clean engine bay with carbon fibre inside there as well. That is an Opel 4-cylinder block with open trumpets. Oh look, max power. He's next to a very vibrant green E46 which has a Vauxhall Cavalier behind it. And then we have a custom Mark IV MX-5 with vents on the bonnet and some canards. And further around by the noise testing zone we have the Civic with pink details. Now before we venture on to another section, we've got a Saab coming, but bear with me on this. This has been going on track earlier today, and he has wooden details down the side as well as wooden racing stripes. There he is with the side pipes as well. Wow, look at the spoiler on that. Honda knew it was onto something great when they called this car the Fabulous. So at this next section we have a few vans and off-roaders at the back with a very low 370Z Roadster at the front. Beyond him and the Focus RS we have this R33 GTR with purple details, who is next door to a red Dacia Sandero. And running down this path we are coming to a Daihatsu Copen with very vibrant wheels. There is the Copen with its high-vis pink wheels, wide arches and shimmery sparkly black paintwork as well, and it has an R32 in front of it which looks nice. Yeah, that is sat really nicely with the carbon bonnet next to someone who's had a paint accident on his 3 Series and a Vauxhall Corsa. We've got the Cannon Run Mark II Focus RS, we've got the Lest We Forget Land Rover with some soldiers holding up the bonnet, and some more Focus STs, including this one who is still half asleep from the night before. This one is called Bert. And then we have this matte black Toyota Celica with wide arches and a large spoiler. Next along we have this 350Z convertible. I know it's a Ford, but you know, the resemblances are uncanny. We've got a C63 Edition 507 next to his friend in the Focus ST, who are giving some revolutions for the camera. And next we have the R35 next to two R32 GTRs that often drive around together. Next we have the Golf with the Audi wheels alongside the Punto with the Brave wheels. And next to this Fiesta we have the pink Fiat 500 with eyelashes. That is probably not owned by a bloke. I mean, it sounds sexist to presume this, it's just a presumption, but I'm gonna guess this is a lady-owned Fiat 500. Then we have the Joker. Don't know why he pops up on random cars, but there he is again. And this Golf R in a stunning specification, dark green with green tinted windows and dark brown wheels. Seems we've ended up in Monaco because here we have a yacht. It is two-tone and definitely looks like it belongs in a harbour. I've seen this at a few events before and I actually quite like that. Is he a cow? Is he a rabbit? So earlier we had the white Astra, we had the white Cavalier, and now we've got a white Vauxhall Nova. What's going on today? So we've got a few cars waiting to go out on the parade lap, including the Castle Toyota Celica. So whilst the parade lap is going on, I'm going to head to another section which is further around the track. Oh, well then, what have we here? In place of the Celica that once was next to the McLaren, this is called the FMR TG601. The driver sits in front of the passenger and it has a convertible roof, as you can see. It is the most bizarre looking car, if you can call it a car, that I have seen at a show like this. Even the steering wheel almost resembles handlebars. Now, I can hear some of you, only some of you, saying, Adam, this is a Messerschmitt, what are you talking about? No, this is an FMR, which is a replica of the Messerschmitt, a German, very unique car. But no, this is the FMR, but yes, let's just call it a Messerschmitt. That is the name that you are familiar with, if you are familiar with it. But let's see if you can all guess how you get in this car. Here's a clue. There's the handle, and there is the line, and here is a hinge. So here is the other section. We've had a few unfortunate incidents on the track today, but in general, now the weather's turned, it's actually quite a pleasant day. We've got this Golf over here with the bronze roof. Oh, check this out. Over here we've got this Astra GSI, looks very smart. And here is the PS13 that we saw on the convoy on the way up here. I quite like this, a yellow Focus ST. Now we come around to this Volkswagen Polo. He's got a bit of smoothing going on, but he hasn't quite finished it, so he's smoothing the boots. He is also smoothing where the bumpers and side parts normally sit. There's a sparkly section here, and around the front is a matte black chalkboard. That's what's going on with the Polo. And here we've got this mad Ford Fiesta. It's been out on track today. It's got like a rusty bonnet and some canards. It looks proper mental, this. And further along, this brown Mini with the British Leyland logo on the front, as well as a mustard yellow Volvo. Check out the, what is that? A satin metallic chameleon wrap on the E-Class Cabriolet. And then quite in contrast, we have the matte grey Mondeo Estate. Now the cars are starting to thin out a little bit. We've got the RCZs line up behind me. In front of me we have a bit of a conclusion in the shape of a Volvo Estate. This is a Volvo V70 Estate. And it is in a very vibrant shade of green with a pink on the bottom. I think it's only best that I turn the camera around and show you the spectacle that is the Volvo Estate. That is one way to make your Volvo stand out, along with the bronze wheels. It looks quite nice despite the clash of colours. So heading towards the end of the day, and we've got the parade of the cars that were chosen for the winners of the show and shine. They are going around the track, so they are lining up. So these are what were voted the favourites of the day, including the diesel Alfa Romeo. How dare you? We've got the two-tone yacht, there's the Audi, we've got the MPS, R34 and the Supra. I mean, I'm sure you're all going to agree with their decisions for these cars that won. And then after the Supra we've got the R32. lottery boy. There's 4 people in that car, and then we have a Vectra and a smart car. All right. And beyond the Mr. 2, we've got the Supra and a little Corsa behind it, and beyond the Corsa and the 1 Series, the yellow S14. And we've got 2 Lexuses or Lexi joining the lineup, and we've got the RX-7 behind the Megane RS as well. And finally, a lost DPD driver. But that was pretty much it for me. So great selection of cars on display. They're all cleaned up very nicely, looking stunning for display. But I hope you enjoy that video. Follow me on Instagram for all the pictures I upload from these events and highlights and behind the scenes footage. But for now, thanks for watching.